Good afternoon, Wealth Our Way Nation. What is going on? It is your man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform, Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. Welcome to episode 23. You are the problem. But now that we know that's the problem, let's go ahead and fix that. So I want to give a special, just before I even get started, thanking everyone for being here, all that. I want to give a special shout out to Stacy, just for introducing me to my new trainer, Fit King. I'm gonna get into that while we start rapping. But before I get into that, I wanted to shout her out. But now I'm gonna say thank you to each and every one of you who are here with me live as we stream across the Wealth Our Way Facebook and YouTube pages. I want to thank always special salute to Wealth Our Way Nation who watches the program pre-recorded overnight, over the weekends, wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in, and a heartfelt, how are you doing, to my Life 101 people who get a chance to listen to the audio of this program. Let's take the guesswork out of all of this, people. Yes, this is the same shirt from yesterday. Yes. Okay, let's just be clear. I'm fresh from the gym. Maybe about an hour and a half ago, I got home and immediately had to jump on a Zoom with a client. So I have not changed. I put on the shirt from yesterday so I could go get dirty in the gym today. I started working out yet again. I have been talking about the psychology of finances all week. You guys who are faithful viewers of the program know that I always compare and contrast the financial journey with a weight loss journey. The reason being is there's no destination for either one. There is always an ongoing next step to either process. Once you think you've arrived and you stop trying to get better, you lose ground. You go backwards. So I have people who love me very much, very concerned about my weight, very concerned about my health, who are on me all the time about getting this weight off me. And the one thing that I can say where I can sleep well at night and look myself in the mirror is that, like 50 said, get rich or die trying. I'm gonna get in shape or die trying. Like, I'm never going to give up. So when I fall off and go to Max's Eagle and get a big ass cheesesteak, or when I'm driving to Georgia and stop at a Love Station and get the 3 for $5 Mr. Goodbar and Reese sticks, and I've completely fallen off the wagon, it's cool. I get back on the wagon. So the reality is that I told some people who are very close to me that I would look at getting a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, that one of the bariatric surgeries, and I actually have a consultation appointment next Tuesday. I 100% do not want to do this. However, I have made promises. I'm a man of my word. I've talked to people who love me, very close to me, who have asked me to commit to this because they see that the diets and the working out aren't working. They say, you're too big for it to work. Like, we respect what you're trying to do, but, starting at 500 plus pounds, those fat cells are never going to go away unless surgically sucked out of you. Like, it's too hard. My thing is this. I come on here every day telling people who have challenges financially that there is a place for them in a financial nirvana where everything will work out. I believe that with every bit of my being. I've seen clients of mine. I don't just work with well-off people. I've seen check-to-check clients now have financial freedom. I have seen what hard work, what dedication, what consistency, what perseverance can do for you financially. And I've also seen it in weight loss and in health. So, for me, I decided after seeing my friend Stacy's results from her trainer to reach out to her, ask for her trainer's information. And I went and had my first assessment today. And when I tell you, I got a background as a Division I athlete at the Great Temple University. I know about working out. I know about nutrition. The assessment felt like harder than the last full workout that I was doing. I am so out of shape. I got as low as 370 pounds. Weighed myself this morning and was 471. I've gained 101 pounds over a 2.5, 3 month period, something crazy like that. With that being said, I don't quit. I'm back in the gym. Signed up for 20 sessions today. This man, he tried to kill me, in my opinion. I want to call the authorities locally to report a crime, but I'm going back. I'm going to keep going back. When I talk to you about the problem, and then now in this instance, we're going from health to wealth. The problem is you. The problem is me. I am big on accountability. So I come at you raw. Everything that you do, there's nobody who meets you outside your crib. If there is, get my number and call for help. But there's nobody who meets us outside of our crib and tells us what we're going to spend today. Nobody's walking around with the shotgun like, you're going to buy that, you're going to spend that, you're not going to put money into your IRA. These are choices that we make every day because we have ingrained habits in us that make it so we feel as though this is the comfortable way to be. I told you guys when I did my confessions last week about the amount of money that I've been spending on food. I not only spend money on food, I spend money on convenience all the time. Money and food are things that I use to express my control. I have control issues. I'm sure there are a lot of people out here who can relate. Growing up as a middle child, growing up impoverished, there are certain things that were always out of my control. And the minute I said I can stake control onto something, I'm going to do it. A lot of us use our wallet to try to gain control or to try to fill a hole that will never be filled by our wallet. And the reality is that we're looking at problems that we have on a daily basis. In the medical profession, they'll say we're looking at the symptoms. We're not treating the disease, we're treating the symptoms. Financially, we tend to do the same thing. I give you little tricks. Hey, don't carry your debit card or credit card on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Don't do this. The reality is that if we don't fix the underlying psychology in us that makes us have these bad habits and keep on these paths, all of these tricks are only short-term solutions. They're only Band-Aids. So one of the reasons that I come here every day is because I know that I have had mistakes in my life in every area, not just with weight. Financially, I've made mistakes. I continue to make mistakes financially. Let's not get it twisted here. Because I am here because I know about financial literacy. I know about investments. I know about budgeting, and I can tell you about these things, and I've had financial success. But I'm very clear and honest with everyone. A lot of my financial success has come from my ability to earn a high income. When you're making a lot of money, you can make some mistakes and still be okay. Fabulous had a beautiful line in one of his songs that said, even though I make the kind of bread that doesn't matter if a few crumbs are blown. And that's sometimes what's going on with me. What I have learned now that I have so many expenses, I have kids coming in and out of college. I have, just a new family with my wife and my stepdaughters, just trying to build up a image that I can promote as a man, as a father, as a leader in the community. Now it's bigger than me about not making these financial mistakes. Now, coming on this program, I want to be accountable to everyone watching this. I don't want to be seen as someone who is talking out the side of his neck. He's saying it, but he's not playing it. And I'm always going to commit to doing what is necessary to lead by example. So I like to show the frailty, so to speak, of my own situation, because hopefully you're sitting back and saying, oh man, okay, Big Tank has some problems too. We can work through it. What is he doing? And that's why I spend so much time not just talking about, hey, here are 3 tips to improve your credit. Here's 5 ways to save $1 million. Those are all things you need to know. And we're going to continue to educate you on these things. I'm going to continue to bring guests on the show. I'm going to continue to do screen shares with stuff that I'm printing up. But the reality is that we got to figure out how we got here and how do we right the ship. One of the things the trainer said to me this morning, and it's an analogy that I've heard over and over again in life. He was talking about how hard it is to get started, how hard it is to fight through that first week. He said, you're going to have a lot of pain during this first week. And I know he's right. Like I said, I've started with trainers after periods of stagnation many, many times before. So I know there's going to be pain. And I'm in pain today. I almost felt like I ripped my tricep out my body. I passed. I didn't pass out, but I took a little blackout in the session. I got so tired, I sat to myself for a minute, and my eyes closed. And he left me alone for a second. He came and tapped my shoulder, and I got up like this, and he was laughing. So that Philly in me never goes away, no matter how old I get. The reality is, though, how did you get where you are financially? Why are you the problem? Because once again, if we're not accountable, if we're not looking at what it is that we do. So one of the biggest things as a financial planner, and it's happened 3 times this week from clients and prospective clients, the expectation for a lot of people is unrealistic. I talk to people who want to make 25% a year on their money. I talk to people who want to retire but don't want to save. I talk to people who want to put money away but don't want to stop spending. I talk to people who want to buy a Bentley but they don't have a home. These are real things that I face and hear from clientele all the time and prospective clientele all the time. My first job, I tell people all the time, I'm a financial professional. I'm not a magician. The first thing that I have to do is to get your expectations to be real. And a lot of times that comes from you as the client. Most of the time, you hear these get rich quick things. I'm always online. I have to study. I always tell you guys, I have to study the other people in this space. So I'm online looking at these other people. I won't name them. Some of them I think do good work. Some of them don't. Some of them do good work some of the time and bad work the other time. But the reality is I'm looking at these people, all of whom have bigger audiences than I have. And I research some of the things that they say. And what I realize is they're entertaining. Not to say I'm not entertaining. I think Big Tank is funny. But they're entertaining and they're telling you what you want to hear. Yeah, you can make $1 million next year. Yeah, go ahead and trade stocks. Yeah, I know you don't understand the market, but you can make 40%. And it's reckless, in my opinion. I commend you guys. So I'm going to say this. I commend you guys because as I look at these other talking heads, I realize I'm not the most fun. I think I'm a funny dude, but I'm not the most fun. I'm not the most entertaining. I'm not the one that's going to give you what you want to hear. So I commend those people in Wealth Our Way Nation who consistently come back, consistently ask for more information because you don't want to hear what you want to hear. You know what you want to hear. We all want to hear we're the handsomest or the most beautiful, the richest, the smartest, the strongest. But we know that we can still improve, even if we hear these flattering comments. So I commend you guys for consistently coming because that will help you not be the problem. When I say you are the problem, and now let's fix the problem, I don't do it to disparage you. I do it to empower you. There's a thing, I don't necessarily like it, but they talk about victimization, people who are victims or act like victims. I think if we've been victimized, we should say we've been victimized. I don't think there's any shame in saying I've been victimized. But, people paint it in a bad light when you say, oh, you're acting like a victim, whatever. But the reality is this. Being a victim simply means that you've experienced something that's happened to you. The problem when they really are trying to encourage you to not be a victim is they're trying to encourage you to take ownership and empowerment on fixing the problem, not to live in what has happened to you. Take back possession of your strength. That's when I say you are the problem. Now let's fix the problem. Your upbringing, your job, your expenses, your kids, your wife not working, your husband not making enough money. That's not the problem. The problem is you're not doing enough to fix your own situation. And I got news for you. Great news. You can do it. You can fix your own situation. It's not in someone else's hands. It's in your hands. And that's when I say you're the problem if you're not realizing that it's all in your hands and taking it into your hands. So the oxymoron of all of this, the crazy double-edged sword of all of this is if you're watching and listening to this, you're not as much of the problem as some of the people who aren't hearing this because you know the steps that need to be taken to move forward. Tomorrow, I'm going to wrap up on the psychology of things. And next week, we're going to get into helpful tips. I think we're going to start talking more about Wow University and some of the modules in there that I'm giving away for free. I'm going to talk about the mighty network that I'm building for those people who have been loyal to the program to go in and share ideas with one another, and also talk about access to capital and crowdfunding and things that will really help you guys build your wealth. I got a great email from Lindsay. I hope Lindsay doesn't get mad. I put her on blast. Great email from Lindsay with some suggestions on things that I can offer in 15 minutes of finance. I thank you for that feedback, Lindsay. It's invaluable. I appreciate it. And I just want you guys to have a great day today. I'm feeling so good. I was beat down. I was tired. It took me a lot to get into the house and to make my Zoom, but I feel great. You know, I tell you guys, you all know my whole thing. I put it all out there. I suffer from depression and anxiety, and working out today made me not depressed. Working out made me know I have this control. You know, they say depression is focused too much on the past and anxiety is focused too much on the future. I got in the moment today, and I love being in the moment. I want to keep you guys in the moment financially and help you improve other areas of your life as you get your wealth together. So thank you for your time. I ran a minute over. I welcome you guys back tomorrow. And remember, at Wealth Our Way, our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. Have the best day.